farmer's BMW horse fell into a big pit filled with oil and water. Faced with a horse that could not climb out, what method would the farmer use to rescue it? From the footage, it can be seen that the horse had been stuck in the mud pit for a long time. It tried to climb out, but could not, and instead sank deeper and deeper. Because the situation was extremely difficult, the farmer had no choice but to call in an excavator for help. At first, the excavator dug away some of the soil around the horse so that the horse would have more space to move. It was obvious that this pit was not an ordinary depth. From the footage, it can be seen that this pit was a water outlet where many cattle and horses often came to drink. Unfortunately, this BMW horse was unlucky. Just as it came over, it stepped into the outlet and sank in. The nearby two-purpose excavator was produced by an American company. It could perform both excavation and loading tasks. Its large arm extends both forward and backward, and when it performs digging operations, two stabilizing arms extend downward to steady the body of the machine. Because water kept bubbling out of the mud pit, the situation below the surface was unclear, so the excavator did not dare to act rashly and could only clear away some of the soil on the edges. To reduce risk, the farmer had to use another method to solve the problem. To be safe, the farmer brought a rope, lay flat on the ground, and stretched both hands into the water to tie the rope to the horse's leg, preventing the horse from sinking deeper while moving and causing loss. The other end of the rope was tied to a small car nearby. This car was made by a famous American manufacturer known for its excellent off-road performance, widely used in outdoor exploration, farm work, and rescue missions. It was also suitable as the first means to rescue the horse. However, as soon as the car began pulling, the rope was broken off by the struggling horse. They were afraid the horse might panic, so they kept trying to calm it down from time to time. When the farmer saw that the rope had come loose, he immediately went over and tied the rope to the horse's leg again. This process looked simple, but was actually very dangerous. With just a little carelessness, he could fall into the mud pit, just like the horse. Fortunately, they were all cautious, and no one made a mistake. After tying the rope to the horse's leg, the farmer immediately got into the car and started the engine. As the car started, the rope tightened more and more. At this moment, the horse felt pain and began to struggle violently, almost knocking one of the men nearby to the ground. Fortunately, after struggling for a while, the horse stopped moving. Seeing this, the farmer didn't dare move the car anymore. He quickly got out and ran to the other side to operate the excavator. He started the excavator, quickly reversed it a long distance, then circled around the watery area and rushed to the other side, trying to rescue the horse as soon as possible. Fearing the horse couldn't hold on, he lowered the excavator's two stabilizing legs, then started digging with the bucket, scooping away the mud beside the horse and clearing all the surrounding. With the rope pulling from the other side, the farmer was no longer afraid of the horse struggling wildly. He dug as fast as he could, just wanting to clear the mud around it quickly, so the horse's legs would have a foothold. The experienced farmer became anxious and called his wife to get out so he could try it himself. Once he got on, he realized he couldn't act carelessly either, so he got down to take a look. Pulling a bit by hand, he felt there was still hope of pulling it out. He had no choice but to get back in the car and try pulling again, but it had no effect at all. So he got out once more, and the group gathered to observe, and the farmer felt that pulling like this wasn't going to work. Not only would it fail to rescue the horse, it might also cause unnecessary injury. So he decided to use the excavator again. It was better to act with fewer complications. He folded up the bucket in the big arm of the excavator, then drove it around to the other side of the horse. Using the same method as before, he lowered the two stabilizing legs, then started the large arm and bucket to widen the opening during this process. The horse remained motionless, very cooperative. When the hole was widened enough, the man and the farmer's wife pulled hard together. because the horse's legs were numb and it couldn't climb up on its own. They could only drag it forcefully up to the edge that had just been dug out. They were now one step closer to success. Pitt had to rescue the horse, but the car could no longer pull it up. Since the car couldn't do it, they attached the rope to the excavator's bucket instead. Using the power of the excavator, after a series of operations, the horse was finally pulled up and successfully stood on its feet.